Alright, well, we just got done with an irrigation system. And we have a new machine back here they dropped off to me this morning. They called me yesterday and said, hey, were you going to demo this? And I said, yeah, I've just been a little busy. And they're like, how about if we bring it out to you tomorrow? You guys have seen it on my channel. I kind of did a little walk around review of it. But I figured I'd show literally somebody else running it. This is my brother-in-law, Nathan. He doesn't run them hardly at all. And then when he does, it's never the same machine, never the same brand. He might use a Dingo, he might use a Ditch Witch, he might use whatever's at play. He's kind of playing with the switchable controls. You can go A, B. A will get you there quicker, but it does make the hydraulics a little jerky. Again, he's been on it for 3 minutes. He literally back drugged that, and now he's back filling a hole. We already had all this other stuff done yesterday. So A's quicker track speed, it seems like, and B is more to the hydraulics. And I showed you guys that on the controls. But like I say, he's literally been on it for 5 minutes. And as everybody knows, when you run them, it takes you a little bit to get used to how sensitive the controls are. And two, this thing has like 20 hours on it. It's got little to no use on it. So obviously everything's going to be super tight. And I kind of feel like they are a little jerky when they're new, just because. So, but I figured I'd show, kind of doing a little bit of grade work for somebody that has, he runs machines but not often. So I don't want to say that he doesn't have experience, but he is not on them very much at all. And as you can see, he can operate the machine fairly good. Another thing I want you to listen to is listen to the engine. Listen to Wally's multifunctioning when he's tracking around, using the loader. He just switched back to B, I guarantee you, because it's not as jumpy. So you can kind of get real precise with what you're wanting to do. The boom's fairly quick, but hear the engine? He's pushing down on it, and it barely bogs the engine. Well, we plowed this entire system in with a Dingo TX1000. He used a 1000 the other day. He thought it was really great. I had one before, but I couldn't remember what I didn't like about it. The machine doesn't multifunction very well at all. So as we were tracking around and moving the boom up and down, it kind of bogged down a little bit. When we were tracking around in some of this loose dirt, we go from loose dirt to really hard dirt in here. So when we were tracking around, when we get into the soft stuff, it would really bog it down, and I almost had to like do a 3-point turn to get it to move anywhere. I really don't think that we're going to have the issue. I haven't seen it yet with grading with this machine. When we were plowing the lines in, granted this isn't a crazy steep hill, but the top 6 or 8 inches of this dirt, it is really hard. I'm not quite sure. I think it's got a bunch of clay content. I don't know where it came from, but if it came from down the street, I know that when it gets wet, it gets really hard. Anyway, so I don't know if that was the reason, but the Dingo was bogging down pretty good. Like if I pushed it, it'd kill the machine, pulling the vibratory plow. And it's a Dingo vibratory plow. It's a Toro vibratory plow. So you would think, if anything, it would be set up really good to run with the Dingo. Anyways, we're gonna take this thing home. I've got a decent sized hill that's probably steeper than this. And I'm gonna put my vibratory plow on, the same plow that we used with the Dingo. And I'm gonna see how this thing runs the plow. And I like the simplicity of it. I like the auto level, the self-leveling. It works really well. It you know, goes to flat really good when you go back down. Not so much linkage as like the TX1000, and I know I'm comparing this to a TX1000, and it's no comparison. This is a 500-600 pound rated operating weight machine, and the 1000 is obviously 1000. Weight wise of the machine, this is 2,550 pounds, and the Dingo is like 2,785, so it's a matter of like 220, 230 pounds. I need to look up and see what an SK800 is, but I'm not real impressed with the 800s. I like a ditch witch machine, but I'm not real impressed with the new valving, the new pump stack that they put in the 800s. I know they changed the pump stack from like a 750, 752 machine, and it, yeah. I wouldn't go over there. Anyways, there's a mud pit over there. There's like 8 or 10 inches of silt. And he started to go over. I'm like, no. Like, that's somebody else's problem. I'll do that with a shovel. But I don't want to have to clean the machine up that bad. Anyways, but going up this grade, here I'll hold the camera flat. I know it won't show grade, but this backyard's kind of steep. He's multifunctioning. You never hear the engine bog. If it does, it's for a minute second. This has got a Kubota in it. It's a D1105. So it's a good motor. A lot of mini skids run it. I think the Toro, I think it's a 1305, so it technically it ought to have more torque and it ought to do better than this, but it's all in the valving. It's all in how the machine's valved, how everything's proportioned, whatnot, what takes priority and what doesn't. So there's a lot to be said in valving alone. Anyways, like I said, I don't want to say he's inexperienced, but he's not on, he doesn't get the opportunity to run a machine a lot. And I'd say you could put about anybody you needed to on it and run the machine. You know, at least be halfway productive. So, anyways, we're going to get this stuff backfilled. And there may be more irrigation videos in our future. Obviously, if I'm buying this machine because we do have a lot more irrigation that we're doing, more than normal. So it's going to be hard not to video it if I do daily work videos, which I know I haven't posted a video in a while. But what is that? Is that a boot? You never know what you're going to find. Oh, it's a bottle. There was a bottle sitting there. It looked like a boot that came out of the ground. Anyways, so we may have more irrigation videos coming out, but like I say, I'm going to take this thing home. We're going to put it through the paces at the house. It's not incredibly loud. It's full throttle right now, and I don't think it's too loud. But we're going to put it through the paces. I'm going to put my vibratory plow on it, like I said, the exact same one that I ran on the Dingo. You guys will just have to take my word for it if it does as good or bad or indifferent than the Dingo did, because I didn't get time to do a video yesterday. A rash of horrible things happened yesterday, and it was just a crappy day. Everything fought, like every single thing. So, anyways, but we're gonna go and put the plow on it, see what it does up the hill. Obviously not pulling pipe, but the hill is steeper. I may even put the blade one notch lower, which is, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 inches, and see what it does then. But we'll see what it does. If it plows pipe, we may have one of these on our channel for a while, because I really don't mind the thing. It's nice and small. It weighs about the same amount as the Dingo, the TX1000, but it's in a smaller package. And I've got a crane scale. We're actually going to weigh a block to see exactly what it weighs. I'll pick it up with the excavator, and then we'll put it on the forks of this, and then we're going to see what it takes to make it tip. And then we can actually weigh it so you know exactly what it takes to tip it on a set of forks. Like, I'll put the concrete block on it. If that tips it, so be it. Maybe I'll find something that weighs a little less. If not, I'll start stacking block on it until it stops until it starts tipping, and then I'll hook the crane scale back up to it, try to keep it balanced, pick it up, see what it weighs. So, anyways, that'll be next. Hang out.